What's cracking, Know It All Nation, especially you Yenzies? Good to see all y'all live and it's not live in the chat, but we're doing a recording. You know, I had to do some things and think about some stuff in the laboratory about what needed to be done concerning the Pittsburgh Steelers for 2026. And everybody and their mama is out there doing mock drafts left and right, trying to figure out the secret formula to help improve their team for 2026. So I'm sitting back and I talked to my peeps over there on the Know It Alls channel, Mod and Tate Boy Fresh. And I got to do the mock draft 0.5 before we get to mock draft 1.0. Mock draft 1.0 will not be coming out until closer to the actual draft, but after the combine. So right now we're about 2 weeks or so before we get to free agent frenzy, and the Pittsburgh Steelers can fill holes needed concerning their roster. But right now, I'm just guesstimating and estimating. But believe me, by the time we get through free agency, Big G gonna have a path that's perfectly clear that's gonna get you to what we need to fix the roster in 2026. So, saying all that, oh, and by the way, let me make sure you like and subscribe and share all this information to every podcast nation across the board. Like, subscribe, share, Know It Alls Nation. This green content is content that you can share, and some of y'all gonna be going back talking about, well, G said we should take this dude and that dude. Well, with more information, stuff change. But as of today, 0.5, here's my draft, y'all. Here's my draft. Let's see. There we go. Today, we got 12 picks. Ain't no trading. Ain't no finagling and trying to fleece like Omar Khan is known for doing and Andy Waddle. This is all about 12 straight picks, not trying to negotiate, not trading off players. 12 dudes. All right. I got my picks in order based on what was available at the time to doing the draft. And by the way, I used the big trash PFF to make the draft grade. So you know how they go. Oh, Lord, they get on my damn nerves sometimes. Well, anyway, here we go. 1 through 12, Caden McDonald, defensive tackle, Ohio State University. Amari Cooper with the second pick, wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana University. With my third pick, Tetrin York, linebacker, Texas A&M University. With my fourth pick, wide receiver Antonio Williams out of Clemson. With my fifth pick, Isaiah World, offensive tackle, University of Oregon. With my sixth pick, Michael Taft, safety, University of Texas. Seventh pick, Drew Aller, quarterback, Penn State University. Eighth pick, Tarkeo Davis, cornerback, Washington University. Pick 9, Siren Wright, cornerback, Nebraska. Pick 10, Reggie Virgil, wide receiver, Texas Tech University. Pick 11, Ethan Omanyora, offensive guard, The Ohio State University. And my last pick is a tight end, Sadu Trace out of Mississippi State University. There's my 12. There's my mock, but I got some highlight cats that I need to talk to you about. Starting right off the grid with pick number 21. Let me explain something to y'all. Let me be perfectly clear. Caden McDonald is a freaking human fire hydrant. He's 6'3", 326 pounds. He gonna play at the National Football League somewhere around 335. He is clearly from The Ohio State University. Some of y'all saying, gee, how are we gonna take a defensive guy in the first round? Just be patient. You're gonna understand what I'm talking about here in a minute. He's a human-sized roadblock. He is one of them things like a pillar that's in the middle of the highway cutting you off from going to one side or the other. And I'm telling you right now, there ain't one dude that can block this dude. You're gonna have to double team him every time. And his strength is uncanny. I've heard from my own dealings that this dude is one of the strongest players ever been at Ohio State University for size and strength. His anchor is ridiculous. He's super powerful, man. And the deal about it, and what makes him even better, tree trunks for legs, but he blitzes and rushes the quarterback. Cade McDonald was a top 3 sack master on Ohio State's team this year. He just didn't plug up the run where you couldn't run up the middle. He got to the quarterback. And so this guy's a day one starter at the 0 technique or 3 technique for the Buckeyes. You can count that for sure. So at the Steelers, day one starter. You put him next to Harmon, you cook him with gas at the defensive tackle. Next guy I want to highlight, man, is the number 2 pick. And listen, I like this kid a lot, man. Omar Cooper Jr., 6 foot, 204 pounds. He is what you consider a slot master, but actually will be a Z wide receiver, man, playing opposite of DK Metcalf. He will measure, and you will find this out, he will have some of the biggest hands at the combine when they measure his hands. He's got huge, huge hands. He's got huge catch radius. And I'm not reaching for a guy in the first round once those first 4 receivers come off the board to where I know this guy is going to be second in the second round. He can run every route on the route tree. He's got outstanding balance after contact, which means that he's going to get what you call yak. You hit him, you try to get him on the ground, and it ain't happening. The boy is going to handle his business and break loose and get some yards, man. And he's a big-time red zone threat. Unlike some of the other wide receivers we got on the Steelers right now, including the little bitty fella Roman Wilson, this dude is a big dude, man. 6 foot 204, and he's just now coming into his pro body. So I love Omar Cooper, second-round wide receiver. Yeah, you pair him with DK, we cook him with gas. The third guy I want to highlight, right up off the top, and some of y'all like, gee, we don't need a middle linebacker. Let me explain something to you. If you're soft in the middle, 3-4 defense ain't going to work. So you got to have a tackle master sitting behind Harmon and sitting behind McDonald. Well, that's what you got in Turian York. 5'10", 227 pounds, and the boy is coming downhill with the quickness out of Texas A&M University. He causes problems. He's been an all-SEC player. His tackles for loss and film is outstanding. And I know some of y'all like, well, what about Rodriguez? What about Anthony Hill? What about Sonny Styles? I'll take any of those guys. But if push comes to shove, and I got to make the pick in the third round, this joker right here going to be sitting right there. And it's going to be clear that you can plug him right in the middle. Maybe not with big trash Patrick Queen, but you might be able to put him next to another stud, maybe Lloyd over there at Jacksonville. And now we cooking with gas in the middle of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. My next guy I got to highlight, man. I'm skipping past Antonio Williams that will give us another young wide receiver to go with Cooper and DK. And I'm skipping past Worrell, the offensive tackle that's going to give some problems to Jones and Cook at that left tackle position. But I got to move on to this fella right here. Michael Taft, the University of Texas, y'all. Whether y'all believe it or not, Yenzies, we're going to need some safety help because Jalen Ramsey can't play safety in this defense. And Duggar is adios muchachos. So I got to get a guy that I can put back there that I trust that can play safety for the Steelers. And when you go back and check the tape out for Michael Taft, outstanding. He puts players in the correct position all day and night. He calls the defense. He's cerebral with his diagnosis of what play is coming. He's fast, he's strong, and he's a freaking ball hawk. He can get to the ball anytime you need him to get to the ball. Just go put the tape on and watch him. He saved some games for Texas, including the Arizona State University game and the Georgia game. He lays Gunnar Stockman out And I don't think that boy got his mind right as of yet. And we 2 years from removed. So give me Michael Taft and pair him next to Elliott at that safety. We cooking with gas. The last dude I want to highlight on my list is Mr. Drew Aller. Now, I know some of y'all like, well, we got Will Howard. Why would we bring in another dude? Listen, you do not just hand the quarterback position over to a 6th-round draft pick without having competition. Now, we don't know for sure if Aaron Rodgers is coming back, but all roads seem like he is. So I'm saying Mason Rudolph is adios muchachos, my friend. And you got to have 2 youngsters that's going to fight for that number 2 position. And may the best man win. All that don't like Drew Aller, and some of y'all want Nussmeyers and Tay-Boy Fresh want that trash K. Klubnik. Hell no. I need a guy that's a dude. 6'5", 235, never, ever, ever played with NFL talent at Penn State University. It never happened. His best guy he had was Tyler Warren. You can't name me another wide receiver that he ever played with at Penn State. He's fast. Matter of fact, let me be honest with y'all. His comp is Josh Allen. He's got a super strong arm. He's a dodder. His pocket presence is outstanding. He's got elite arm talent. And he can drive the ball into windows that is not normal for other quarterbacks. And that's what you need at the NFL level, a guy, because you know we play outdoors, Yenzies. It's cold in Pittsburgh in November, December. We need a dude that can deliver the ball. And when he gets in trouble, he can pull it down and get the heck out of there. If I'm going to take a quarterback, I know Nussmeier is out there, but Drew Aller is my dude. Now, there's some other guys on the list. You know, I like Tacario Davis from Washington University. He's a 6'4" corner. He's a press master. He can handle his business at the corner. You put him opposite JPJ because Pierre Lapue, we ain't going to pay him, y'all. I know y'all going to say, gee, hating on Pierre Lapue, but we just ain't going to pay him the bread. We're going to have Asante Samuel. We're going to have Jalen Ramsey if he negotiates his contract and JPJ at the other corner. So you got to improve the room. Well, like I said, there's guys all up and down the list. You couldn't trade. You got 12 dudes. I like my list. I like my list of 12 before we get to shirts and T-shirts, before we get to free agency frenzy. And I think if the Steelers walk out of the draft with this, listen, we cooking with gas. We filled a lot of needs. We're going to have a fight at quarterback for the number 2. I'm saying we're going to have maybe 4, 5 starters off of this list. Man, we winning. We winning in Pittsburgh, and we won't have to just keep going through the dismal, run it back, repeat, and rinse for the Steelers. Hey, y'all, thank all y'all for rocking with me with the draft 0.5 right here on the Know It Alls podcast channel. Like I said, you will see more and more content on the Know It Alls channel that just ain't Big G sitting live with the crew and with the fellas. You catch me backstage every week. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked and shared the channel, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe and share to all your friends, all your family, anybody that loves football that needs to know more of what they need to know concerning the Know It Alls podcast channel. Yeah, this is the spot. We're growing, but we can't grow without y'all. So thank you in advance for rocking with us. As for your boy Big G, man, I'll see all y'all behind the scenes, lurking in them Steelers streets, moving forward. Have a great, wonderful week. Holla at you.